person job. Otherwise the middle spot. Yeah. Terrific.
צריך לדחות לסתיו.
Right, but still there's many other people who can join later, so we're good at the end.
Can we get like just like more signs like right in the middle, like use make like 2 rows, stand on the benches, you know?
Let's make sure not to block the passage. Thanks.
Or the camera.
Or the camera. Sorry. I don't want to be
Peekaboo.
Do we start?
I'm not sure. Go ahead. I'm not going to stand.
We should get some photos. Could you stretch out the bottom banner so it's nice and tight?
It's not a point, it's just a bond, so it'll be okay. Does that work for you?
Thank you for joining us again today. We are Israeli peace activists living in New York. When we started gathering for the vigils and then for weekly protests, we could not imagine that we'd still be here 9 months after October 7th. And yet, here we are. We are still mourning and are very, very angry. We are angry that Gaza is being decimated to the extent that new massacres barely make the news anymore. And we are angry that the hostages are languishing and dying with no deal in sight. Or worse, with the new deal on the table that Netanyahu is doing yet again everything he possibly can to sabotage. A deal that is agreed upon by Hamas and Hezbollah. Netanyahu would rather drag us into a third Lebanon war that will set the whole region on fire and not sign the goddamn deal, because a deal would mean the end of his government, and a deal would mean that Bibi, also commonly referred to as the defendant, will have to stand trial for bribery, fraud, and breach of trust. A corrupt leader sacrificing others in order to keep himself out of prison. Sound familiar? According to recent polls, 67% of Israelis support taking the deal and ending the war. And 54% believe Netanyahu is prolonging the war for his survival and are on the streets every night getting brutalized by Ben Gvir's militia, formerly known as the Israeli police. Only this past week, an Israeli MK was beaten up by the police during one of the protests. And last night, Zahiro, a family member of a hostage, whose words we read here a couple of weeks ago, was dragged and arrested by the police while protesting for the return of his uncle. Busha! 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 Just let's make sure to leave a passage right there. Thanks. The killing could stop today, yesterday, months ago. So we are here to say, take the deal. Ceasefire and hostage deal now. Save Gaza. Prevent another war in the north. We are here today and every Sunday to amplify our peace community and families back home who have been protesting every day, who are being skunked, beaten up, and arrested in their attempts to fight this government and the occupation. We are here because we have the privilege to do so in safety. We are here in solidarity with our Palestinian and Israeli siblings on the ground, fighting to end this war and for a better future for everyone between the river and the sea. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Today's 9 months. 9 months into this hell. 9 months since that horrible morning and that slow creeping, blood-chilling recognition that nothing will ever be the same again. And it hasn't. Everything has gotten so much worse. The cycle of revenge gave us exactly what it promised, more revenge. And none of that revenge ever brought anyone, including my aunt, back. Go figure. It just took more people's aunts and uncles, mother, fathers, sisters, brothers, children, and friends, and revenge brought no one back, not even live hostages. And through this hell, in the past 9 months, I've been standing here and raising the voice of my friend in Gaza, whose name I still have to protect for her safety, who I'm sure some of you kind of feel like they already know, and is one of the most incredible people I've ever known, and it's been a privilege to run a small direct donation program with her for the past 7 or 8 years. This is her message this week. I renew my thanks for continuing this weekly protest, which has not stopped since the beginning of the war. In recent days, we have heard in all news agencies serious news about reaching a ceasefire agreement and the return of the hostages. Then we discovered that there are large gaps between the demands of Hamas and Israel. But I believe that we are closer to this agreement now than ever before. We just need to put serious pressure this time on the Israeli government and the Hamas team that is negotiating in the name of the people of Gaza, even though I do not know who gave them the right to negotiate in my name and in the name of the hundreds of thousands of people of Gaza. But this is the reality in which we live, and it has been imposed on us. We now need to move forward with this agreement to end the suffering of millions of people on both sides. We also need to renew our demands to bring the extremist Israeli government and Hamas officials to trial on charges of war criminals and punish them for killing innocents, destroying the dreams of youth, and causing the suffering of entire generations. Yesterday, a school housing displaced people was bombed in Nuseirat camp again, and many civilians were killed, most of them children and women. Many massacres are being committed against us as civilians, and we don't know what our fault is. Please continue your protest and your just demands for both people. Continue to put pressure on everyone who can stop this bloody war. Thank you for your humanity. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of you every week. I love you all. I'm actually going to share a little bit of optimistic news that I got from her today because it is very, very rare, and I feel like we deserve it. Although the context... Okay, this is also from her. We are now working on the best thing that can make us all happy, you and I and the people here. We're trying to provide permanent water for the camp. It is difficult, but it is worth the hard work. We're able to purchase a 5,000-liter water tank for 5,100 shekel. We need water supply line from the desalination plant directly through the cars designated to transport water from plant to our tank. Water is the foundation of this life. This has been one of my simple dreams during this war, which was to provide water to the largest number of families. I see my success now, even though I am at the beginning of the project. In our camp, the people here, my sister, are very exhausted. I shared with them the process of transporting daily water. You can imagine that I was carrying a 16-liter gallon of water and going to fill it, walking for a distance of no less than 200 meters, and returning to my tent. It is very heavy, and sometimes I feel like my hand would break off while I was carrying it. Our project will serve at least more than 1,500 people. They will never get tired and not have to walk 200 meters to get water. I cannot believe it either, but I swear to you, as I am writing, I am crying tears of joy. So there's that.
Chance. No? אף אחד לא רוצה שאני אעשה chance.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The occupation go. Hey, hey.
We are running out of time. Netanyahu must resign.
We are running out of time. Netanyahu must resign.
We are running out of time. Netanyahu must resign.
We are running out of time. Netanyahu must resign.
He has lost his fucking mind. Netanyahu must resign.
He has lost his fucking mind. Netanyahu must resign.
He has lost his mind. Netanyahu must resign.
He has lost his fucking mind. Netanyahu must resign.
He is ruining Israel. Netanyahu, go to hell.
He is ruining Israel. Netanyahu, go to hell.
He is ruining Israel. Netanyahu, go to hell.
He is ruining Israel. Netanyahu, go to jail.
He is ruining Israel. Netanyahu, go to hell.
He is ruining Israel. Netanyahu, go to hell.
He is ruining Israel. Netanyahu, go to jail.
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 He will burn the region down. Netanyahu must resign.
He will burn the region down. Netanyahu must resign.
He will burn the region down. Netanyahu must resign.
He will burn the region down. Netanyahu must resign.
He will burn the region down. Netanyahu must resign.
He will burn the region down. Netanyahu must resign. Ceasefire now! 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 Bring them home! 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 Bring them home!
Now!
Hi everyone. I'm going to read the latest statement from the hostage families. Press statement from July 6th. Today marks the 274th that our loved ones are spending in Hamas captivity. In the hell... Louder? Can you hear me now? Sorry, Shania. Today marks the 274th day that our loved ones are spending in Hamas captivity in the hell that is Gaza. For the first time in many months, we feel there is a spark of hope. For the first time, I feel that I am close to being able to hug my son Matan again. We all feel that we are closer than ever to getting our loved ones back. There is an opportunity that cannot be missed. Netanyahu, we saw you sabotage the deal over and over and over again at the moment of truth. And each time our hearts shattered. Do not dare break our hearts again. Netanyahu, we're done with hearing comments from nameless government officials and security force officials. No more sabotaging the deal. We can all see right through you. It is your responsibility to bring back all the citizens you abandoned. For once, put the good of the state and the good of its people as your top priority above your own personal interests. We call upon the public. Now that we are at the moment of truth, only massive public pressure will ensure this deal goes through. Take to the streets every day. Together, we will make this deal a reality and save lives. The people of Israel are with us. We see it in every poll. Just yesterday, it was published that a vast majority of the public supports the deal in ending the war now. The people want a deal. The people want to save lives. The people want the hostages brought back home. The people know that without the return of all the hostages, Israel cannot be rebuilt or repaired. The extremists in the government want to seal their fate to death. It is expected that a leadership will act in accordance with the will of its people and hear the public's cry. Only if public pressure on Netanyahu and his accomplices in criminal abandonment will lead to a deal which will save the hostages. Therefore, we are calling on the public, if there is one moment in which you must stand up and make your voices heard, that moment is now. Take to the streets, put massive pressure on our leadership. Do not let up for even a second. The hostages are calling out to us from the tunnels they are held in, calling us to rescue them. It is on us. Netanyahu has abandoned them. The people will bring them back. The return of the hostages is the true victory. Now is the time for the nation to unite, to believe, to climb out of despair and embrace the hope, to bring our loved ones back home, to bring us all back home. Galant, Derry, heads of Israel's security forces, and members of the negotiating team, all eyes are on you. Do not allow him to sabotage this deal again. It is your duty and your obligation to ensure this deal happens. We must not miss the opportunity. And if Netanyahu causes any trouble or sticks spokes in the wheels of the negotiations, come out to the public and tell us the truth. To the public and all the officials involved, we say, the hostages are relying on all of us to save them. The moment is now. Let us secure this deal together. Let us bring everyone home and save lives. Now deal. Take the 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 deal. No military solution. There is 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 no military solution.
Our futures are intertwined, Israel and Palestine.
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 Our futures are intertwined, Israel and Palestine. Israel and Palestine. Our futures are intertwined, Israel and Palestine.
Shalom. Tzolhaim Tovim. Good afternoon. All right. So, for those who have not met me here before, my name is Nava. Do you hear me? Does everyone hear me? Yes. All right. My name is Nava. I'm an American Jew with Israeli citizenship. I am active in the anti-occupation bloc, a collection of activists who oppose the military occupation of Palestinian land and oppression of Palestinians. I am just a private person. I don't run any organization. I am just speaking out because for me, being silent in the face of these atrocities is unbearable. And I know that's true for many of you. It is unbearable. So thank you for being here today on this really oppressively hot day. As you've heard before, today in Israel, there was huge protests
of thousands, pushing for the Israeli government to accept the hostage exchange deal. It's been called a day of resistance and disruption. And some of our comrades are on the ground in Tel Aviv, Jaffa, and Jerusalem protesting right now in difficult conditions, being sprayed by water cannons and trampled by horses. If you heard earlier what Tamara read from the mother of one of the Israeli hostages, Einav, she tied herself up in a cage, dangling from a bridge. That is where she gave her speech. This is in Israel, where families of the hostages have to do such extreme acts to be heard in public. When I was looking through my own social media, I tend to also go to the radical blocs, and I wanted to see what the radical bloc had to say about today's protest. Give me a second. So the radical bloc said, today, in the day of disruption, we are inviting you to gather in front of the Kiryah in Tel Aviv to protest against the Tevach Haratzchani. That means the murderous massacre that is continuing in Ritzuat Gaza, the Gaza Strip, and to call to the end of the war. We will join the thousands that are demonstrating for a deal and to bring down this government, but we will also add this to our voice. This call to bring back the hostages and those who have been moved out or mifunim from their homes, the Israeli homes, is not complete without calling for the return, and they use the word chatufim, the chatufim va'akurim Palestinim levatehem. That means the Palestinian hostages and the Palestinians have a right to return. Everyone deserves democracy, freedom, life for everyone from the river to the sea. I am quoting the radical bloc because you could imagine these are not easy messages to say out loud in Israel and Tel Aviv and Jerusalem right now. And whether you call the Palestinian prisoners hostages or not, we know from reading that they are held in horrific conditions in Israeli prison camps, held hostage there without legal representation, often without proof of any crime, denied medical care, adequate food, and at times tortured, as had been reported by an Israeli doctor whistleblower, that some detainees had their limbs amputated because their handcuffs were put on so tightly it had stopped the blood flow to their arms and legs. Since October 7th, 8 Palestinians have died in these camps. This goes against the Geneva Convention and any rule of law and military law. So we must speak up here in our protest, all for all. The hostage exchange must include the Palestinian prisoners in exchange for our Israeli hostages that are held in life-threatening conditions, and we are running out of time for them too. We must put all our energy and all our focus to call out clearly and loudly for a lasting and permanent ceasefire, ending all military action, and for Israel to pull its troops out of the entire Gaza Strip, for humanitarian and medical aid to be fully allowed into Gaza, for the end of settler and military-backed violence towards Palestinians and destruction of their lands, homes, and property in the West Bank, and persecution of Palestinians within Israel. So, Noah asked me if this is going to be a hopeful talk here. I do think it is hopeful when we come together to speak up against all these atrocities and come together for the hope of a better future for Israel and Palestine. We know that Bibi Netanyahu has been invited by the U.S. government, another shameful act, to speak in Washington, D.C. Shame! 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 And many organizations will be going to D.C. to protest him while he is addressing Congress. So it is an opportunity for us to also raise our voice and join the various organizations that will speak out against the atrocities that the Israeli government is doing, and to speak out for the voiceless of Palestinians, and to speak out for the hostages' families, and to speak out for our own humanity, because we are running out of time, and we need to do this before it is too late for any of us. Thank you very much.
Okay, a few weeks ago, for those who are here, we kind of stood on the steps facing 14th Street, and we just spread all over that one step, so whoever's driving can kind of get access to this. So if everyone can just take their signs and follow us over there, and we'll get into doing some chants and opening it up to the public a little bit. Thank you.
One street.
Try to convince her to wait.
From Sunday, me and my friend walking there.
Oh, wow.
fucking mind. Netanyahu must resign.
Hey, ho ho! The occupation has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho ho! The occupation has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho ho! The occupation has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho ho! The occupation has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho ho! The occupation has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho ho! The occupation has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho ho! The occupation has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho ho! The occupation has got to go.
Let Gaza live.
Let Gaza live! 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 Let Gaza live!
Take your finger off the trigger, or we'll never have a winner.
Take your finger off the trigger, war will never have a winner!
Take your finger off the trigger, or we'll never have a winner.
Take your finger off the trigger, war will never have a winner!
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now! 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 Ceasefire now!
Thank you very much. Next week and every week, hopefully, until this war is over, we'll be here. Specifically next week, we have really special guest speakers, Maozi Noon and Aziza Fasala. For anyone who doesn't know, Maozi Noon and his brother lost both their parents October 7th and are now traveling the world as peace activists. And Aziza Fasala is a longtime peace activist from East Jerusalem. And they will be speaking to us next week. Every Sunday at 5, and you can join the WhatsApp group just for updates or follow us on social media. Thank you all. See you next week, hopefully not. Hold on.
I will be on the bench because I'm feeling not good, so we'll go to have a coffee or something, okay? Okay. After this, when you're free. Go over. We're taking pictures.
Everybody kind of like.
And to anyone who's watching us, we're called Israel.
That's a terrorist state.
Keep in touch. Everyone's welcome. Hey, if anyone wants standing together flyers, Joseph over there has some which you can take. And also, as far as where we're going.